Welcome to JG American English. Welcome. My name is James. If you're here for the first time, I welcome you. If you've never seen any video before, I welcome you. And I hope that this time it's different. So I was born in Florida. A little bit about me. I live here in Brazil. I am married to a Brazilian. And she is probably telling me if I have sound or not, and I do. Finally, I finally have sound, so that is awesome. So how is this going to work? What I'm going to ask for you to do, okay, is for you to simply type in a question, type in, where you're from, your name, any questions you may have about the differences between 2 and 4. Hopefully, some of my students will come online here as well, and I can see them online. I'm gonna say a little something to everybody, but when you come on, say hi. Just say hi, and then I can see that pop up as a message, and I know you're here, and I know what to ask you. I could say hello. Okay. So again, the very first time I'm doing live, actually I'm going to send, because I do have quite a few students, and I'm going to send them a message via WhatsApp right now to let them know that I'm online. So let's see. With the coronavirus, everybody should probably be at home, but some people are buying toilet paper or hand sanitizer or alcohol, rubbing alcohol to put it on desks and things like that. So I'm just going to type in, I'm now for the first time live. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm live. I'm live on YouTube right now. Right now. So I hope you guys, as you come in, you say again, hello. I'm from Orlando. I was born in West Palm Beach. I lived there for quite a while, and went to high school in a little place called Winter Garden. And then after that, I moved to New York. So not directly after that, but I did have the opportunity in 1994, many years ago, to come here to Brazil, which is where I am now, in Minas Gerais, in a little town called João Malavadi. I hope I say that correctly. So after experiencing that, I moved to New York and lived there for 3 years before coming back to Florida. I graduated from the University of Central Florida in criminal justice, and then finally took a test to become a teacher. And I started teaching English in 2006. That's basically my story. And I've been a teacher ever since, moving, back to Brazil, back and forth to and from Florida. And now I teach here. Usually inline classes, or not inline classes, in classroom classes is a better way to say it. And that's it in a nutshell. So let's start teaching. So who would like to ask a question? Please, this is the time that you can ask me anything and we can have a conversation. The differences between 2 and 4, the differences between until and by, when to use on versus at, or in versus on, or in versus into. All of these can be easy questions. So again, just type a message and I'll be happy to explain it to you. Okay? I'm trying to see who's here. I know I have just another person here. Participants. I'm learning this all by myself here, kinda. Participants. Okay, let's try one more. Open chat. No. Let's see. Okay, so type this. I'm from, I guess I'm typing, I should go, I am from Brazil. Oh, that's wrong. I'm from the US. Where are you from? Lorena, how are you? When do you use was and were and have and has? I'm going to explain that. Thank you so much for asking. So, very clearly, very easily, you use was for he, she, and it. So he, she, and it. So he was hungry. She was hungry. It was hungry. Now, it might be an animal that we don't know whether it's female or male. Does that make sense? And were is for you were, they were, we were, okay? And then has and have. So normally when we use has and have, Lorena, we it would be the same thing as he, she, it, has, I, you, they, we, have. And we use have for really possession, but sometimes it could be something temporary, like I have a headache. Does that make sense? But in which tense? Okay. So was and were is in the past tense. So I was sick yesterday. When I use that yesterday, it's very clear that it's the past. So I use simple past. I was sick. You were sick yesterday. Also, simple past. Has and have is the present. So I have a headache, or my wife has a headache. Does that make sense? Ask her if that's good now. Good? Which tense? All right. So another person is online now. I helped Lorena. Good. I use that a lot. Makes sense? Does that make sense? So as you can see, I take away the auxiliary verb. It's just easier to ask the question. My pleasure. My pleasure, Lorena. If you have another question, now is the time. I know you were Maria. All right. Dr. Dora is online. Yes. Dr. Dora, welcome. I am here to answer questions that you may have. I just finished explaining some of the tenses of was and were in the past, and have and has in the present. Of course, the past of have and has is had. So yesterday, I had a headache, Lorena. And you can use that for everybody. I had, you had, he had, she had, it had. All of them are hads. in the past. But the past for was and were changes with the to be verb. Dora, type a question for me. It's good to see you. Hello. Hello, Dora. If you have, again, you always have questions regarding present perfect. Awesome. Well, let me tell you a tip. This is a great tip regarding present perfect, okay? Because for Portuguese, for Brazilians, it's really hard to wrap your mind around, to understand present perfect, because you don't use it in English here, or in Portuguese here in Brazil. So, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Dora has the flu. No, Dora, not you. You're the doctor. You need to help us. You need to see us patients. But I hope you get better. It's probably not the coronavirus, but I hope you get better. Just rest and take all the fluids. You know the drill of getting better. So present perfect. Let's get back to present perfect. What is a good tip for you? When using the present perfect, okay, Lorena, most of the time, you can use the simple past. Let me give you an example. It is a time that started in the past and is including until right now, this very moment. And so I say something like, I've worked hard today. I've worked hard today. But you can simply say, I worked, not I've, I have. I worked hard today. And so you can cheat by simply using this simple past. Now with the present perfect continuous, you can't cheat. You have to say, I've been working hard today, which means that either my work just finished or I'm still doing it. Or it's something that you can see, I'm sweating. Oh my gosh, I've been working hard today. This you can't cheat. There's no shortcut to this. And also when we ask the question, the present perfect question is usually, have you seen? Have you done? Excuse me. Using the past participle. Does that make sense? Long explanation. I'm trying to make it simple, but it does take a lot of practice, Lorena, okay? How about you, Dora? Any questions? Shoot. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm coughing, but it's not a dry cough. I'm not sneezing, and I have no fever. I'm hot. I'm hot in this room. I should try to open up the window a little more, but I don't want bugs to fly in here. And you know, when I ask you, have you ever been to a place? There's no other way to ask that without using the present perfect. I have to say, have you ever been to Jamaica? Meaning that you know where Jamaica is and that you've been there. So I'm glad you asked. Unfortunately, some people are quarantined at home during this time. A lot of time people are saying to wash your hands really well, use hand sanitizer if you can. Because the surfaces of things can stay contaminated for a while. You know, we try to wipe down surfaces or handles and and things of that nature. But okay, give me just a second. Dora's asking me a question here. But we wipe down the the surfaces. Very important, because with cardboard or paper, they say it's 24 hours. With if it's steel or plastic, it could be 2 or 3 days that the coronavirus can stay on there. That might be the rule for regular viruses too. I don't know. So Dora, you want to know the difference between have or has? Am I right? So have is I have, you have, they have, and we have. This is in the present. Has is he, she, it has in the present as well. Okay, and usually for things that we have. So I have a car, I have a house. I don't have years. I am. I use a to be verb for that. I am 27 years old. Quem me dera. I wish. But we do sometimes say, I have a headache. I have a stomach ache. I guess this is because it's temporary. And other things that are temporary, like I'm upset, we use the to be verb. So things with characteristics like I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm hungry, these we use the to be verb. But if it's maybe medical, you could say I have, or but most of the time objects can't have. You know, I could say my computer has a camera. This makes sense. But it can't have a human characteristic unless I'm personifying it, which would be very bookish. It would be in literature. Does that make sense? All right. Anyone else have a question? I'm here for you. Thank you for liking. I forgot. Like the video, or it's not a video yet, but it probably will be. Like it, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate that. The more people that I can get to watch, the better, because I schools are closed. I just heard from Dr. Nelson Cunha that all the stores are going to be closed for 20 days. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Thank goodness that the supermarkets will still be open. Let's see, the BV we can use have in has. Makes sense. The PP. I don't know what PP is, Dora, on that. I'm trying to look at that. We can use have and has. Type in what's PP? PP? Present perfect. So yes, for the present perfect, you can use have and has. Exactly. I don't know if that's what Lorena was speaking about, or was asking about, is if the have and the has. But yes, we always use that in the present perfect. Present perfect. Perfect. So saying has she, ever used a computer before? Very good. Excellent questions. Excellent. Awesome. We're on our way. Past participle, present perfect. We use the past participle for the present perfect and the past perfect, but it's called the past participle for the present perfect. So some are regular verbs, which makes it easy because it's just the ed. And then some are irregular verbs, which you have to learn the differences. Like see is in the present, saw is in the past, and then seen is the irregular verb of see. So it's the past participle. It's easier when you have a word like walk, you know, then you just add the ed, walked, you know, and it has this T sound, walked. Very good. Any more questions? You are the boss. There are very few people here. I like that. So, you know, this is like a personal class or private class for you guys. So take advantage of this time. You can ask me anything. Oh, phrasal verb. This probably tomorrow. But there's a video about a girl who contracted the coronavirus. And while she's speaking, she uses some phrasal verbs to get through something. So phrasal verbs are huge. There's a lot to talk about. I would, Lorena, if you could just type in one phrasal verb at a time, and I will explain that phrasal verb with as many meanings that I know of. Okay, sometimes there's just one, but sometimes there's a lot. So, oh, by the way, if you do have a cough, this is the correct form of coughing. So if you could give me an idea, Lorena, of which phrasal verb you'd like to go through. There's another one, to go through, and that we would start from the beginning and work our way through the phrasal verb. So that's to go through the phrasal verb. Right now, I can think of two very good phrasal verbs for you, Lorena. The first one is to run out of something. Run out or ran out is the phrasal verb. So when you run out of an item, you don't have that item anymore. So if, let's just say, a pen. I have a pen, but now my stock is gone. So I ran out of pens. We use it a little differently in Portuguese, but I'm saying I ran out of pens. It could be anything. I ran out of coffee. I ran out of toilet paper. Forward. Okay, let's do forward, Lorena. Forward is the direction. That's the preposition. What's the verb? Because otherwise I'm confused. To go forward is to move forward. Go forward. Move forward, go forward. I can't really think of a lot for forward, but it's forward is the motion or the movement of going in front, let's say. So you have forward and backward. We want to move forward in life, and we don't want to move backward in life. Looking, forward looking, to look forward. We have a look forward to. Is that what you want? Look forward to something? This is not quite a phrasal verb, but it might be considered a phrasal verb because it's a two preposition phrasal verb. You have to look, and then it's forward, and then to. So you're using those three words to say that you're excited about something. So let me see here. Next weekend, I'm going to Disney World. Impossible, but I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm really looking forward, and I don't know why, but we kind of take out that T. So we say, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Do it. Do it. just like do, like to do something. Do it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. You could slow the speech down to say I'm looking forward to it. More people online, excellent to see. If you have a question, again, my name is James. If you have a question, please just type it in the box, say hello. I don't know who's actually all on there, but please say hello. It's no, Lorena, it's not being anxious. Anxious, I think of as like nervous. So if I'm going to perform in front of a lot of people, I would be nervous. Ooh, I'm kind of like scared. Okay, but we don't say scared. We say I'm nervous. Anxious. We don't really use it that way. We have anxiety, but that's a negative anxiousness. So this could be a word that you're going to have to play around with or think about because we don't use it the same way. If you mean that you're excited, but not sexually, but excited, happy, that you're really tá animado, né? To go someplace, to do something. And so then you would be anxious, or you would be looking forward to it. Even if you invite me to your party, wow, that's so cool. Are you gonna go? Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so that's the best I can answer you. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm glad that you're taking advantage of the class. Lorena, I wish more people would. Dora left us, but hopefully someone else will come in and see and take advantage of the class and ask a question. And you can ask more questions just like this, because I have the information in my head, but sometimes I don't know where to start. Does that make sense? But run out of is one of my favorite phrasal verbs. I really like that phrasal verb, run out of. Look forward to is another really good one. We use figure out a lot. Before you sent me the first question, I was trying to figure out which phrasal verb to use. Trying to, let's say, discover, but I wouldn't use that word discover, but just so you understand what I'm saying, I'm trying to figure out which phrasal verb is the best one to use. All right, and let's see here, and one, and another one. We could even say, what's the difference between find out and figure out? Hey, Dora, all right, you're back. The expression look forward to means being anxious. I don't know if it's meaning being anxious. I think of it as animado in Portuguese. In my mind, that's what I get. I say excited because for us, excited means different than you guys saying excited. You don't say excited in Portuguese like we do. So, but that's close, I guess. You're anxious to go. You're happy to go. That's exactly right. So, what's the difference between find out and figure out? It's a good question. They're kind of similar, except that find out is kind of like short information, not a lot of information. So I need to find out what time the movie starts. I need to find out. So it's kind of information, but it's really short and can be answered very easily. But something that's more complicated or harder would be to figure out. So, you know, for example, I was trying to figure out what phrasal verb to do next. Oh, good, Dora, you're back and you understand. Excellent. Glad to hear. So please, one of you guys, send me another question. It's just you guys. We have a class together. Excellent. No one else wanted to take advantage of my class, so I'm going to send them another message so they know right now I'm online. Okay, let's see here. So, all right, guys, you're back. So what's another phrasal verb? Sometimes you guys don't know even the phrasal verb that someone's going to use. But let's look at take away. Take away. So you think of take away. If I have this pen and you come, Dora or Lorena, and you take the pen away from me, that's a takeaway. Correct. In the British English, they use a takeaway as a noun, but we have also a takeaway as a noun in American English, and that would be an idea. So if I asked you tomorrow, what was your biggest takeaway? Or what did you take away from yesterday's class? Does that make sense? I'm asking, what did you get? What did you understand? That's the takeaway. Later tonight, I'm going to do a video, probably will be tomorrow. But the lady says, my biggest takeaway was That was my biggest takeaway. That means that was the biggest thing that she learned, that she got from contracting the coronavirus. It was nasty. There's a good word for you. She does use this word as well, nasty. Nasty is a great word. It's a negative word, nasty. But this word nasty means that it is bad, like really bad. Instead of saying really bad, we would say nasty. So I can use it for a restaurant. That's a nasty restaurant. Or you want to shake my hand. Oh, your hands are nasty. So they're really dirty, the hand. If I fell down and I scraped my elbow, oh, I got a nasty cut. So that means like a bad cut, a nasty cut. And we use this a lot. We could mean that you're vulgar. You keep using profound or profane language, bad words. You're cursing, you know, saying F this and F that. Whoa, you know, I don't want to hear those nasty words. See, so the words could be nasty as well. No one should act nasty. Okay. What's the opposite of nasty? I would say not the opposite, but fancy. Fancy is a good word to know. Excuse me. We use it all the time. I have a fancy car. You have a fancy house. Aren't you fancy? Don't you look fancy? All of these are great words. Let's see here. Sorry, James. Modal verbs. Yeah, great, Lorena. Modal verbs. We have a lot. We can say gonna, wanna, needa, have to. Give me an idea of which modal verb you have an issue with. That's how we talk. We use the modal verbs. So very important to say, you know, I have to go. I have to. So that's what that sounds like. I think Dora has to go. I'm not sure. Have to go. I have to go. That's the same as saying I gotta go. It's eu tenho que. Okay, so it's not I have. It's eu tenho que. So it's I have to go or I gotta go, and both of these are the same. They're really just as you do in Portuguese. You use them a lot. So you know, I have to you know, make dinner. I have to go to class now. I gotta you know, turn the soup over, or not the soup over, the sandwich over. I gotta make soup. So all of those for have to or gotta are very good. Let's talk about might. Awesome, might. So in a nutshell, I'm going to try to make it fast. In a nutshell, just so you know, Lorena, means in a summary, in a short, quick way to express something in a nutshell. Okay, so might and may are about the same. We use them between the subject and the verb. So if you have a subject, let's say in a verb to, no preposition, I might go to BH. That's a possibility. Okay, I might go to BH. I may go to BH. Both of those are about the same. I probably use might more than may. Neutral, okay? It's not formal or informal. It's neutral. Might be used because you're emphasizing, like, I don't know, I may go. So we hear this long may go, but you say might. Okay, so that's a logical conclusion. Now, the British use must and Americans in a formal way, Lorena. So, the internet's probably weak because a lot of people are using it, are online, coronavirus, they're not at home, or they are at home and they're not working and they're using the internet. So hopefully it will stay strong, okay? So if not, go back and look at this, okay? So must, the British will use it as an obligation. So you mustn't park there. Negative. Positive. You must park there. Positive. So they're telling you it's obligatory to park there, or it's obligatory to not park there. The Americans will not verbalize that obligation. They would instead say can't. You can't park there. Or go ahead, you can park there, meaning it's a possibility to park there. They would tell you you should park there as a modal verb should. If I'm writing it down, if I write it on a sign or I write it in an email, then I can use must as an American. The British can use it verbally. Does that make sense? Ought to. This is one of my favorites. Oughta. Oughta. That's the sound. I oughta. You oughta. We oughta. Get a job. We oughta quarantine. We oughta learn English every day. We oughta. So this oughta is a should. It's simply a should. There's no difference. Should sometimes seems formal. Okay, you're sick, coughing. So I tell you, man, you should go to the doctor. It sounds like I'm giving you some sort of formal advice. It doesn't sound, really, it sounds a little formal, okay? If I said to you, you ought to go to the doctor, that sounds a little bit more relaxed, okay? Not that it's informal. It's not. It's neutral. But it sounds more relaxed. It may even sound, depending on the person, it may sound like it's stronger, but it's not, okay? Better would be stronger. You better go to the doctor. That's very strong. And you cannot use that unless the person has a lower position than you. So you could tell your child, you better go to bed now. Okay, that's a should, but in a strong, authoritative way. The doctor, too, could say, you better take this medication every day for 2 weeks. He's just trying to emphasize that you should take this medication every day for 2 weeks. And without using the word should, he uses better because he's trying to emphasize and be authoritative. You can't use that authoritative should with people that you don't know or that are above you. Okay, a student to the teacher can't use it. The teacher to the student, yes. The doctor to the patient, yes. The parent to the child, yes. Let's see. Could. All right, the last one that you got here for me is could. So could is kind of big because it gives that possibility. So I could use a different word. I won't, but I could. It's a possibility. And we use this possibility a lot of the times with conditions like if. If I could help you, I would. If I could, help you, no, I already said that. If I could, I would, but I can't, so I won't. If I could, I would, but I can't, so I won't. Could. So it offers a possibility, except when it's in the past. So we could have said, I couldn't go. That means you weren't able to go. Okay? If you say I could, that's the possibility. So one in the negative is actually the past of not being able to. Okay? So right now in the present, I can't help you personally, right? Because we're via computer. So I can't. But tomorrow I will tell you, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't, in the negative, help you. So I wasn't able to help you. It's the way that we would say the modal verb. Let me try another one. Okay, you said I don't understand in the past. So the past of could, right? So if you say couldn't, I couldn't help you. This is the past. This is yesterday. I couldn't help you yesterday. I can today. I can help you today, but I couldn't help you yesterday. So could is the past when we're using the negative form. But if it's could as just the word without the couldn't, without the not, could not, if it's just could, this is a possibility as an option. I want to go to Rio, but wait a minute, I could go to São Paulo. Does that make sense? So when you're just using it as the positive could, it's as an option, as a possibility, okay? Or as a condition. using the word if. When it's negative, you're using the past. So yesterday, last week, the week before, okay? I went to the bank, but I couldn't take out any money. I couldn't. I wasn't able to. Okay, do you understand now? I hope so. It's really interesting doing this for the first time. I want to teach English. I want people to learn English. I want people to want to learn English. The more people that, as we have this difficult time with being in person, this is an option that people can have a free class online. Good. Okay, thanks. My pleasure. And people can have this opportunity to learn. Of course, a lot of people won't take it because they don't often appreciate something free. So you give them something free, they don't take it. But I'm glad you took advantage of this. To take advantage of something is not like it is in Portuguese. It can be positive as well as negative. So if you don't know how to do something, let's say to fix your car, you don't know how to fix your car, but I tell you, oh, I can fix it. I'm a mechanic. And you say, okay, well, how much? How much is that going to be? And I say, well, Lorena, you're a good person, so I'm only going to charge you 500 reais. It takes me about 30 minutes and a part that maybe is 20 reais. So I'm charging you 500 reais. So that price is very much higher than it should be. Maybe I could charge you 100 reais, but 500 reais? That's taking advantage of someone, to take advantage of. But we can also use it as a positive thing. I was telling this to another one of my students, trying to explain to him how if something's for free, a free class, and you are available to go to that free class or to see that free class, then you can take advantage of that free class. And it's not a negative, it's a positive. Kind of like aproveitando, so you're taking advantage of in a positive way. Very good. Any more phrasal verbs that you can think of? There are so many that come to mind. Another person came in. Welcome. I hope that you have a question that I can tirar uma dúvida and help you in your quest to learn English. Again, my name is James. I teach English here in a small town called João Malavade. It's in Minas Gerais, Brazil. And most of the time I have students one-on-one, maybe 2 students in a class, and we discuss. We have a lot of conversation classes. So they'll ask me what is the difference between verbs, phrasal verbs, prepositions, excuse me, all of those scenarios, how things are pronounced, how things are said on a day-to-day basis. And this is where I come in. This is where I can help them. I've been teaching English since 2006. First to non-natives, or non-natives of Brazil, natives of the United States in Florida. And then, of course, to non-natives here in Brazil. So there's a small adjustment, a lot of learning that I went through. And now I think I can explain, whether in English or in Portuguese, many things. Eta. I just learned eta, nossa. What is esta or nossa? It could be lots of things, actually. It could be gosh. It could be wow. Wow. How about geez? Geez. It sounds like dizer, but it's geez. Oh, geez. Geez. I think it's short for maybe Jesus. I don't know. Jesus. Geez. Oh, geez. People sometimes say it if I ask, could you tell me directions to the bank? And they'll go, eesh. That could be, ooh, geez. Or nah, that kind of expression. Esta, you could use in various situations. Here's a good one for you, Lorena. What's the difference between I don't know and sei lá? Do you know? I don't know. Eu não sei. And sei lá. Sei lá is different, used differently. So when you do not know information, completely you have no idea, you might simply say, I don't know. Eu não sei. But in other situations where you don't care or you have, not no idea, but you just don't care. You're not interested in it. You say, sei lá. And that for us is kind of like, beats me. So it's different. It's not just, I don't know again. It is a different expression, different feeling. And it is actually beats me. B-E-A-T-S. Beats. Kind of like to beat, but with an S. Like beats, maybe the headphones, beats. I like those beats. Beats me. All right. So yeah, close. It's not bits, it's beats. B-E-A-T-S. Me. Beats me. So it has a double E sound, that long E sound. Coffee. E. B. B. So it really sounds like two E's. If you can imagine two I's or three I's in Portuguese. E. That's a correct sound for a lot of things like coffee, money. You can't say money. Money. Coffee. Beats me. Very good. So last question for you, Lorena. I'm running on a long time, 55 minutes here. I wanted to do 1 hour for my first live show, not a show, but live class. And I'm really happy that you were able to take advantage of it. So hopefully in the future, maybe next week, someone else will take advantage of it. I guess I only wish that you could talk too. Maybe there's a way for me to hear you. I don't know. That would be cool. I bet no one thought of this before. Why not? Especially if I could do one at a time. Like if I could listen, like if you could ask me a question and then I can respond to it. You're typing, but it would be better in audio. That would be really cool. Get on, get out, and get in. Oh, that's good. Very good. So I'm going to try to put this in a nutshell in 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes, okay? Get on. We get on a plane, a train, and a bus. We're on a plane, a train, and a bus. We also get on a bike and on a horse. So we get on a horse, a bike, a plane, a train, and a bus. We're going to get in a car, okay? We get in a car. And I don't know if we can get in a truck too. Get in a truck, get in a semi-truck, the big trucks, get in a pickup truck, any truck, you get in, all right? I pull up Say, hey, Lorena, how are you? Get in. All right, you get in. But when I stop, I'm going to say, oh, okay, here you go. Or here you are. We're here. I can't tell you, get out. That is the opposite of get in, but I cannot tell you to get out. Get out, we may only use in an aggressive action. So if I'm upset with you, you're going to hear that someone stops, they pull over, that's in their phrasal verb, they pull over in their car, and they yell at the person, say, get out. They want them to get out of the car, but they're very upset, so they can say get out. But if you're not upset, saying get out would be rude. The opposite, just so you know, of the get on is get off. So you get on the bike, you get off the bike. You get on the horse, you get off the horse. You get in the car, and you get out of the car. If I'm telling you a story, I could say, well, when I got out of the car, I noticed a $100 bill on the ground. Ooh, I picked it up. A $100 bill. I got out of the car. Does that make sense? Awesome. Listen, Lorena, Dora, Marciana, thank you very much for coming and listening to my live show. I really hope that you maybe share one of my videos, will versus going to versus for, this, that, these, those, to someone that can use it, that it will help them. Maybe even the coronavirus, the tips. I will start doing a few more videos, maybe with these phrasal verbs. They really help. I think phrasal verbs and modal verbs really help a person to speak, to start speaking. So please like, share, comment on maybe the other videos, and I will type to you. Give me suggestions for the next, not live show, but for the next, it could be the live show. Suggestions for the next live show and the next videos. I have 2 videos to do very shortly. So thank you so much. Have a great night and weekend, and stay quarantined, stay safe, and I will see you next time.